this is Father Ken Lau, and welcome to the new episode of Nuggets for the Soul. I just got back from my pilgrimage to Rome and Italy, and when I was visiting Pietrelcina, which is the birthplace of Padre Pio, when I was touring about that small town, I happened to see that the people there have a great devotion to Our Lady, whom they called Our Lady of Liberty. So I got curious, so I checked the internet. This website called visitpretietina.com. It talks about the story of Our Lady of Liberty. Now, I'm not talking about the Statue of Liberty in New York in the States, but Our Lady of Liberty in Pietrelcina. So the story goes back nearly 1,500 years to the time of Saint Barbatus, who was then the Bishop of Benevento, Italy. So at that time, the city and the surrounding countryside were living in fear. The Byzantine Greek armies had already inflicted many horrors on other towns in southern Italy, and now they had set up camp in the valley between Benevento and the neighboring hillside towns, which included Pietrelcina. So without help, their city and the countryside around would surely have been lost. So the Bishop of Benevento promised that if they honored their Christian faith and gave up the pagan worship that still lingered in their culture, God will deliver them and give them peace. This was around the year 650 AD. Against all odds, the armies packed up and left for good. The city and villages survived, and they remained faithful to their Christian beliefs. The bishop had also told them to ask the Mother of God to pray for them. He told them to pray to her under the title Madonna della Libera, which means Our Lady of Liberty or Deliverance. So this devotion spread all over the south of Italy, but in Pietrelcina, it has been kept alive in a very personal way through miraculous interventions over many years, and this is one of it. The latest historical incidents involving the whole town was in 1854, when Pietrelcina residents were dropping dead by the dozen from a cholera epidemic. By November that year, it was reported that people were collapsing on the streets and the situation was getting worse. Remembering the old story of deliverance, the town decided to act. On December 2nd, they crowded into the parish church before the 200-year-old wooden statue of their beloved Libera, and afterwards took her in procession through the streets so that death, like the armies, would flee before her. From that moment, no more sickness or death was reported in Pietrelcina. So they still keep the feast day of Our Lady of Liberty in December, but also do a procession of the statue through the town in early August. When I saw the statue of Our Lady of Liberty, it reminded me of people need to turn to her also, because a lot of people are suffering from many forms of addiction or mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, right? And also suicidal ideation. So let's turn to Our Lady of Liberty or Deliverance so that we will experience freedom from bondage, any illnesses. The living saint, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, we trust in you.